Mitch Burney, I'd like to introduce you to Chip Owen. And Chip Owen is currently the CEO and major shareholder of DRM Plastics in Illinois.
Chip, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Chip, I understand that you have worked with Legacy Transformational Consulting with several different firms over a number of years. First question I'd like to ask you is what caused you to start working with Legacy Transformational Consulting?
I had an employee who I thought was the right person to lead the Canadian business, and he basically said, "I'll take the job, but only if you work with Robert."
That's quite a testimonial for an employee to say that they won't go to work for you unless they bring along Legacy Transformational Consulting. If you could tell me a little bit about that process, how that occurred once you did make that change and bring on Legacy Transformational Consulting.
When we started working with Robert back in 2002, his process required us to be together for 5 days, and then there was about a month and then another 5 days. And during the first 5-day period, we worked on completing the past. When we talk about completion, what we're talking about is it's not something that's impacting me. It's not something that's impacting me as I move forward, and therefore I can move forward and I can help the company to move forward.
What I'm sensing is that freed people up to be able to create a new possibility in the company and to move forward. And the question that I'm going to ask as a result of that is, what impact did that have on each of the 3 different companies that you've brought Robert's work through to?
The results were absolutely amazing. The business in Canada, that business had lost $1 million a year for basically 10 years. And in the following year, we did this work in 2002. In 2003, the business made $1 million. So it went from a $1 million loss to a $1 million profit. And I can tell you that that was completely and totally unpredictable.
What results did you achieve in the second 2 companies that you brought their work into?
The second time I worked with Robert, I was the Chief Operating Officer of Equity Office Properties, which was a real estate investment trust, the largest office real estate investment trust in the United States. And I brought Robert in 2005 to work with me and my direct reports. And that work was so successful that I was able to convince my peers, the Chief Executive Officer, Chief Financial Officer, and several other senior members of the Equity Office team to work with Robert. I can't explain exactly what happened, but I will tell you that the company ended up selling in 2007 for $39 billion in the largest real estate buyout in history. I'm convinced that the fact that Robert was consulting with us was one of the reasons why that transaction happened. I made the decision earlier this year to bring Robert in to consult with my senior team here, and again went through the same process. This time we did it in 2 3-day sessions. We have actually filed for a patent, and if we achieve the success that I think we have the potential to achieve, it's going to make the results from the other times that I've worked with Robert seem insignificant.
I not only want to thank you for your time, but I'm assuming somewhere in this that there's a recommendation for other businesses to consider using their services as well.
There is no question that I would recommend to almost every business that they consider using Robert and Legacy Transformational Consulting. Robert creates a process by which an organization transforms, and an organization only transforms because the people transform, and most importantly, the conversations transform. That's what the big difference is. When other consultants come in, they try to they try to fix you, and most companies, what are you fixing? Human beings. Human beings don't fix. Human beings only transform, and Robert does a masterful job of allowing that transformation to take place. And the results speak for themselves. And the fact that I've now utilized his services 4 times in my career.
Well, nothing says more than the fact that you have taken your time out of your, I'm certain, very busy schedule to share your experience with Legacy Transformational Consulting with other businesses watching our show. I want to personally thank you for the generosity of your time.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure to participate.